wanted to share with you more stuff that we do at the Reese Thomas Institute. And one of the things is really work on this incredible mystery, which is where we really generate all of our energy from, which is the heart. And what love is, the mystery of what love is. What is, I mean, everybody really wants it. And actually, the strange thing about love is that almost all of the reasons that people don't do things in their lives is because of love. Strangely, right? It's like, oh, well, how does that work? It's like, well, if they love, why would they do that? Well, the problem is that we need our energy centers, our 12 energy centers, the 7 chakras and the 5 spiritual centers, all need to be fulfilled in some way, and so each of them, the way we love ourselves and the way we really need to be loved by others is to get those spiritual needs fulfilled. And so those spiritual needs are not always here, I give you this, or like and certainly in the American culture, the Hallmark card really is sort of like the archetype of the way we love. It's like, I love you, look at the house I gave you, look at the the thing I gave you, look at how much I care about you and I'm with you, and yet love is this much deeper sort of sense of fulfillment, of filling at all the levels, and our own ability to to investigate that. And we had talked about anger as an emotion, and someone said, well, the emotion of love. And in my understanding and in watching thousands of people and working through my own heart and all, love is not an emotion, right? Love's not an emotion. When we make it an emotion, then it becomes a problem, because an emotion is a sensation that happens sort of enough times, and then our brain sort of labels and sort of adds to an experience and calls it that. And I guess love could be an emotion that way, but if love's an emotion, it means that there are times it'll be sort of, the brain is always conditional, right? Which means not loving, right? Unconditional is loving, and conditional is not. Your brain is never unconditional, ever. It's always black or white. And so when the brain is deciding that this is an emotion, it's comparing it to something that's happened in the past. So the mystery of love is that love has never been the same twice. You've never really loved your partner, your children, anyone, just like the universe has never loved you, has never given you the same energy to live by, okay, in any moment. And so in each moment, love is brand new. It's literally not something that is an emotion like I get angry when, and so there's primal states of being like love, and love is sort of the unifying. It's not really an emotion. It's a state of being. It's a state of wholeness. It's a state of unity. So one of the things that we do at the Reese Thomas Institute, and if you want to find out more about the Reese Thomas Institute, and you've read my book, and I've been getting a lot of emails from people that have read my book, Discover Your Purpose, and it's really the foundation of what I teach at the Reese Thomas Institute of Energy Medicine, and they're reading it and they're like, oh wow, I really, this is amazing. I never knew all of these other qualities within me, all these other things were so important. Well, how can you love all of you if you don't understand all of you, right? So in those that have read the book and are ready to go deeper into self-love, which is self-discovery, so the heart is the first consciousness part of us. Our lower 3 chakras are unconscious operators, and then we get to the heart, and that's when we get the opportunity to sort of self-reflect. The lower 3 chakras are all basically working out. It's like the body, it's like where I am, my family, all the stuff that's around me. My emotions are how I'm responding to life and how I'm deciding which is good and which is bad. 3rd chakra is it's me. And we get up to the 4th chakra, and then it's a reflection of, how does me relate to the world? How do I come into relationship with others. And if it goes well in the lower chakras, it's, it goes well in the fourth chakra. If it doesn't go well in the lower chakras, which is pretty hard to have it go well totally in your family, totally in your emotions, totally in your self-esteem and who you are, then relationships can be a little bit dicey. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But for those of you that have read the book and are really realizing this amazing dynamic quality of yourself, it's important that once you understand your purpose, that you understand where that comes from. And what'll happen is, especially if you know your profile, if you've taken the free profile assessment online, and you're starting to sort of say, wow, I love that about myself. I want to, where does this come from? Well, the process that we take you through will show you, it actually ends with the profile where you realize, oh, that's why I'm this, and that's why, but the process of getting there has to do with the process of really being able to understand that your life purpose, right? Your life purpose, your purpose is manifesting this aura, these chakras. So the chakras serve the purpose. And so understanding how it feels to be you through the chakra system and through self-love. So if I'm loving myself, I'm serving, I'm feeding these chakras in the way that they were born to be fed. And at the very beginning I said, most people don't do the things in their life because of love. And what happens is that when we don't get love in our lives, we don't get loved enough, we don't get enough attention, we don't get held enough, we don't get cuddled enough, we don't get, we aren't talked to like we're intelligent, we're, whatever it is, or we're abandoned, or whatever happens, and we say, I'm never going to need that again. We talk about that in Discover Your Purpose, the vow that you make to never need that, okay? Or you shift the other way and you always demand it, and that's how the chakras end up being run. So what ends up happening is that over a lifetime, we decide not to even feel that we need that love. That's love to us. Love is getting our basic, not just basic, but our deepest needs met. I need to share brilliant ideas and flow and bring flow of consciousness to the world of this sort of like, what is it like to really be alive? Each of us have this mission that we have in our lives, and we were never seen for that as children. Never. It's impossible. Your parents were not in a place that they could have seen that, and even if they did, they didn't totally understand it. And so the mystery of you, which is the mystery of love, was sort of put into a box. You're a boy, you wear blue, you behave like this, you think like this, and so, or a girl, you wear pink and you act like this, and these are the things, and who we really were, the real love that we were born to be, it was sort of negated. And so throughout our lifetime, our unwillingness to ask for that love again and ask for what we really need and be what we really are, what our real love is, which is being us. Real love, the mystery of love, is something that you emerge to. In each moment, we are love, right? When we are ourselves, we are that love that we're here to express in the world. And to do that, we have to have we have to work through these blocks in our chakras, these blocks in our energy field where we said, no, in the heart chakra, I'm okay up to this point, but then it's all you, and I'll just take care of you, but I'm not going to receive from me. I'm not going to, and so real love, the real mystery of love that's like, oh my God, it's just so luscious in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, doesn't get to us because we've already decided that we're going to manage ourselves around this. And love is the thing, when we didn't get loved for who we truly were, it was the core wound. When everybody says, well, your core wound was when this happened or when that happened, no, it wasn't. Core wound was when your parents couldn't see you and understand you. And now it's time for you to take back and say, okay, I need to see me and understand that quality within me. So one of the other things that we do in the school is I love to use books to do the teaching, and videos and things like that, where other people have come up with they already have great ideas, but then we apply it. We show you how to apply it to this full spectrum understanding of yourself. And so one of the great books that I love to work from is Mastery of Love. I don't have a copy of it here, but Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, great book. And he talks about love is, he does talk about in there that love is this vibration you had as a child. It was like that's your frequency. It's like love is where you're like a radio that just goes, and it's just sending out this signal of love, and that's what you are made of. But what happens is that we come into a household where they're tuned to a different channel. And they would rather have you tuned to their channel than to your channel. And so by the nature of tuning yourself to someone else's channel, you not only are doing a non-loving thing to yourself and to them, because now you're not sharing your true self with them. But that when you do that, when you try to become somebody that you're not, is you lose this mystery of love, which when you were a child, every moment was a mystery. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? This is great. Are we going to get ice cream now? Are we going to get this? It's like life is this infinite well of mystery that's just that you are in love with. It's like being alive, you're in love with. Once you shifted and became somebody that you weren't, life became work. You had to remember to be that person. You had to work at being that person. Your energy doesn't naturally flow through that person. And so the least loving thing we can do is try to be what someone else wants us to be. That's the least loving thing we can do for ourselves. And it's the one thing that we all have to do to get along and cope with other people, which is so crazy. So it's not loving to be nice to other people. It's loving to be you with other people, right? Okay, so he goes through, and my favorite part of the book is where he talks about the track of love and the track of fear. And the track of love, he talks about he talks about these various different things that are love. And so the mystery of love has no obligation whatsoever, right? Okay, it has no obligation. And fear has enormous obligation. It's like, I love you, I will take care of you, I will always do this, and you, if you don't do that for me, if I do that for you, and you don't do this for me, and so there's like this enormous obligation. Love has no expectation whatsoever. Love is really like the way your dog loves you. It's like you come in the room and they're like, hey, it doesn't matter whether you were yelling at it or whatever you were doing the last time you were in the room, that comes back and says, hey, this is great. And so the expectation that somebody ought to be something or do something, that is where where your heart, where you are hurt, when you are hurt by somebody else being who they are, that's not love, right? Okay, it's like so somebody else is being an idiot because they're an idiot, right? Get it? We also do the Byron Katie work where it's like, what's your reality? The reality is, if this person's an idiot and they're doing something that you don't like, it doesn't feel good to you, you're feeling hurt that they're not loving you enough. It just is really means that you don't understand what love is. Love is either loving that about them or getting away from them, right? Yes or no? Okay. No staying in it because of the obligation. And then love is respectful. Okay. Love is total respect. That means if you are with someone and they are about to, jump off a cliff, or they're about to get into a business or a relationship or something that's really unhealthy for them, you say, I wouldn't do that, but if that's what you really want, I'm there for you. And so the respect is also around, so oftentimes we feel like someone isn't managing their lives. Our children, for instance, it's like, well, they can't do that. Well, who really? Is that really, you really can't manage that? They can't do that? And so you feel pity for people. It's like, well, I'm going to love that person. I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to do this. But that's not love. Love has no pity whatsoever. Love realizes that every situation you're in gives you the chance to love, right? Or to be afraid. And if and ultimately love is the ultimate power in the world, and fear is obviously the biggest stopper of that. And so when you have pity on someone and you do something for them out of that and call that love, that's not love. Love is accepting that, wow, they're an amazing person, they're right where they need to be. So that love is always responsible, and fear, of course, is irresponsible. If we don't feel love, we're trying to be, we're irresponsible with our self-love. How do I love myself? Well, I do it by modifying myself for someone else or becoming someone that somebody else wants. That's totally irresponsible. And just to sort of finish up, love totally loves to love, and love is intimacy. It's playful. It's joy. It's tenderness. It's connection, it's sacred, it's got this mystery in it that you can only discover, just like when you were a child and you were just discovering who you were in each moment. Love is actually the ticket home for us. It's where the mystery of who we are gets to be reinvestigated with another person. Whereas our brain defines them. That person's, Jane, and she's this, and this is how she behaves, and all of that. There's all those things that the brain does. The heart is literally rediscovering and the mystery of love. That's what in love means. In love, when you're in love, love is this incredible mystery of what you can possibly be. And then the last piece of love is that when you want to get love. Okay, the mystery of love is, we are taught, ask and you shall receive. Okay, the best way to ask for love is to be the love you want. Okay, so many of us learn to ask for what we want, we don't get it, and then we start asking for what we don't want, and that's never love. If you're in a relationship for more than, say, 5-10 years, chances are really good you spend more time asking your partner for what you don't want within them. I don't really want you to do that. I'd really rather have you not do that. Let's not do that. Oh, God, I don't want to do this. And so, oh, boy. We've got a little dog barking here somewhere. Sorry about that. Well, I'm going to wrap up anyway. But the key to love is to be the love that you really want. Feel that aliveness.